If your partner has an avoidant attachment style, you probably feel unloved, not cared for, not important, not seen or heard in their relationship. And you probably then try to get them to connect more. You try to get them to be closer to you, try to get them to care. But what you do actually end up backfiring and make things worse. You try so hard and it's so disappointing that it doesn't work. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 important tips of how to create a loving relationship with someone who has more of an avoidant attachment style. Now, if you're someone who doesn't want to settle for just an okay relationship, you want a passionate and fulfilling one, then make sure to subscribe to our channel so you get notified when we upload our weekly videos on love and relationship. But first, let me confess something. I used to have an avoidant attachment, so I really know what's going on here and what's happening, what to do about that. I used to drive my wife crazy. She used to tell me, "Where are you? I don't feel you. You're not in this relationship. You're married to your work. You're never here. Your friends are more important than me. You never share your feelings. You never share anything about yourself. It feels like I'm alone." And we used to fight over those things until we learned some of those tips and we learn how to deal with each other's style. Now, if you're not sure if your partner has an avoidant style, or if you're not sure what all of those means, I'm going to share in the description links to other videos that explain the fundamentals of this. But here I want to focus on what are the most important things that you can do in order to create a loving relationship with your partner. And a lot of them are counterintuitive. So the first tip, and maybe the most important one, is understanding that your partner wants to feel valued and appreciated. Now, a lot of people have an avoidant style. They would never say that. They might not even recognize this themselves. But what they're really yearning for is to feel that who I am is valued, is appreciated, is a lot. Is like whatever I bring into this relationship is actually making a difference. So the first tip that I want to give you is show appreciation to your partner whenever you can. Tell them what they mean for you. Tell them that you care about them. Tell them, all the things that they're doing well in their relationship, and they would feel really valued and appreciated and want to show love to you. The second tip is give them a lot of space and even encourage them to do their own activities. So someone with the avoidant style tend to feel more distressed, tend to relax themselves when they spend time on their own or spend time doing activities that they like sports or reading or whatever it is they'd like to do, or even spending time with friends, but spending time the way that they want to. Now, if you might be on the other side of the spectrum, more on the anxious side, looking for connection, this might feel very difficult and even threatening for you. You might think to yourself, if I give them space, they already have so much space. If I give them even more, they'll never come back. They'll never show me that they care about me. But actually, the opposite is true. If you encourage them, if you tell them, I love it when you go and do sports and that makes you feel really nourished and really good, go do it. I totally support that. They will feel really loved, and in return, when they come back, they'll be very loving towards you back. So really make sure to encourage them and to show them that you really support them in doing those things. Tip number 3, modulate your eye contact and your touch. So in relationship, body language is super powerful. It's actually more powerful than the words that you're saying. Now, when someone is more in the avoidance style, they tend to look away more. You probably noticed that. They tend to look at their phone a lot because they need a lot of space, they need a lot of distance in order to feel better about themselves. Now, it doesn't mean that they don't want closeness. It doesn't mean that they don't like hugs or kisses or closeness or sexuality or sex. But what it means is that sometimes it feels too much for them and they need that space. So when you're with them, pay attention to those cues. If you're coming really close to them, see if it makes them feel good or if it makes them feel uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, then do it for a little bit of time and then give them a little bit more space. They'll feel more relaxed and they'll want to connect with you more. So it's true about how close do you sit with them. It's true about how much touch you use and for how long. And it's also true about eye contact, how much eye contact you do or whether you're leaning in or leaning out. So make sure to modulate that and pay attention, kind of track their own responses to it. So tip number 4, positive affirmations are way more important than criticism. So since I said to you that someone who's on the avoidance style wants to feel valued and appreciated, they don't respond very well to criticism. So telling them you're doing this wrong, or you're staying at your work too late, or you're always on your phone, this is criticism and it doesn't work because it makes them feel not appreciated, not good enough. Instead, what you want to do is you want to find one small thing that they do, and it could be very small, even if it's one time out of 100. Find that one thing and tell them, that was great, that's amazing, I really appreciate that, I feel so loved and so connected with you, or so happy when you do that. They respond really well to positive affirmation and they want to do that more. Tip number 5 is in arguments, make sure to pay attention to your tone of voice. So most people that have an avoidant attachment style are more sensitive towards anger. They don't like the tone of voice going up, and they're not so easily accessible to their own feelings. They don't share feelings as much, and they're not very good in responding to someone else's feelings. And so what happens if you argue with them, if you raise your voice, if you get really animated, they shut down. They're not able to respond to it. They're not able to understand what you want from them. Now this is this is encoded into our biology. So they're not doing this on purpose. It really is hard for them. So what you want to do instead is take time to slow down. Take a deep breath. Speak more slowly. Speak with a tone of voice that's more level-headed and make it simple. And they'll be able to understand you way better. Tip number 6, also when it comes to conflict or arguments, give them something concrete that you want from them. A lot of the time when people have an avoidant style, it's hard for them to just share the feelings, to know exactly how to respond to you on an emotional level. But if you tell them what is it that you want from them, or you can tell them, here's one thing you can do, then they really grab onto it. When it's practical, they do it. So make sure to find something that is practical and make what you want more concrete for them to be able to fulfill it. And then, of course, give them appreciation. Tell them that was amazing, that was great, and they'll do it again. And then the last tip, tip number 7, is look for their affection through their action. So if you're someone who needs a lot of affirmation that your partner cares about you and loves you, someone with an avoidant style might not show that so easily. They might not be so romantic, they might not give you gifts or cards, or tell you even very often that they love you. But they'll do a lot through their actions. They do things for you, they do things for the family. It's a lot for them. A lot of time working hard is for the family, is for you also. Or helping you with tasks or things is the way that they show you that they love you. So look for love through that. So you end up feeling their love and you end up feeling more content, and then you show them, again, you appreciate them for that, and that creates like a positive loop that ends up reinforcing itself. Now, learning about your partner's style and what they're looking for in love and what you're looking for in love is really crucial for creating a really connected and passionate relationship. And we actually created a very simple tool for that called the 4 Relationship Desires. So look for the link in the description and you can take our short quiz and really discover in a much deeper way what each one of you is looking for in love. Now, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel, click the like button, and you can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook so you'll get daily updates about everything we do.